Right, Unit 12, Task 5, P5, P6, P7 and 5D2. Right, Henry, start off. Explain the barriers to sports participation, P5. Talk to me about what you've found out.
I did gender and cost, and gender is a barrier to sport because females that want to do, say, boxing, might not be able to because there aren't as many boxing clubs for girls as there are for boys in some areas. There also aren't coaches that, like female coaches, to coach the females because maybe the girls that want to get into boxing don't want to have a male coach. There aren't as many female coaches for them to be able to do that. The other barrier I chose was cost. And for example, this could be a teenage boy wanting to get into golf, but his parents or him can't afford to pay for all the different things in it because it's expensive, like the membership, equipment, clothes to buy, clothes to wear, or the travel to get to each place.
Fine. Ali?
The two I do were culture and travel. For culture is that some cultures won't want their girls to go into a contact sport such as boxing, and that could create problems as girls are not known for going into contact sports. They were more likely to go into non-contact sports. And the other one I've done is travel. Travel is when they have to go to travel to their sports club. So this could be just going to, having a problem just to go down the local area to go to their club, because they might have to catch buses and stuff, and it could create problems when it's bank holidays and other stuff like that. And travel could be once they are at foundation stage and they're going participant and they're going up the sports continuum, and when they're trying to go to the elite level, they might have to travel to go to abroad to different countries so that they can get more recognised.
Right, good. Usman?
Two I've chosen are racism and weight. First one, the racism. This is a big issue in sport at the moment because there's a lot of racist chanting and racist remarks going towards like black players and stuff. And these kind of racist remarks are in big sports such as football and the NBA. Football, like most recently, the big talking point was Luis Suarez and Patrice Evra. And in the NBA, there was this LA Clippers head coach and the manager, the owner of it actually. He's the one who made a racist remark towards one of the players, and his wife grassed him up to the NBA organization, and he got sacked permanently from the league and the NBA. So he's not allowed to go back in there. So he's got no say anything, and he's banned. Plus he got a really big fine as well for making them comments. So that just shows that there's like zero tolerance towards racism in any sport. And weight you've got to be at the correct weight. For example, in swimming and boxing, this can be like lack of motivation. With stuff like self-confidence and stuff can be like a problem and stuff, like losing weight or like gaining weight. For example, doing a certain sport such as boxing, you got to be at the correct weight, and if you're not the correct weight and stuff, you're not going to be like fighting against the best or anything.
Right, so how might racism be a barrier for, say, an 18-year-old person wanting to, say, play cricket maybe?
Like for example, in my like loads of white people in the team and stuff, and he only might be the black player, and they'll be probably taking the mickey out of him and stuff. And like he's not probably feeling confident and stuff in his performances, and that's probably like preventing him like going from further, like from progressing in the team, and he's probably not feeling confident enough to play cricket or whichever sports they're playing.
Right, okay. P6N, explain 3 cultural influences on sports participation. Off we go, Henry.
I did gender for this, and in some cultures it's frowned upon for girls to play sports, or to play, for example, say Muslim women can't have a choice whether they want to wear shorts because if it shows the skin, it could be against the religion for them to do this, which could then result in them not playing some sports that they want to play.
Can you think of any examples of that, of which sports might not be able to play them if they've got to wear certain items of clothing?
Like the girls might not be able to play football, for example, because they have to wear the shorts, and which is frowned upon in some cultures.
Okay, Ali.
The one that I chose was social class. For social class, there are three classes, where there's working class, the middle class, and the upper class. For the working class, it's more of a culture of football. This is because football, you don't need much equipment, simple rules, and there's not much of a cost to it. So this is ideal for the working class, as kids can play in the street, they can go to the park, and all they need is a football. For the middle class, it slightly gets a bit more expensive. They would have to go to the culture of the social class for that, and the sport would be a sport like tennis. For that, they'd have to go to a park, or they might have to go to a leisure centre where there's a slight cost implication to it. And for the upper class, that would be elite level. For the upper class, that would be the more expensive sports, such as polo or golf. An example of this is Tiger Woods. His dad used to pay for all the tournaments he was in, taking him to different tournaments and getting him recognised.
Good. Usman.
My cultural influence is racism. Can I talk about that? Or globalization.
You can link cultural to ethnicity. It's not necessarily racism, but you could talk about the different
What about
ethnicities.
globalization?
No, not really.
Alright, that's fine. I'll talk about ethnicity and stuff.
Right.
Ethnicity, like, it depends like what background you come from. Like, for example, like if a black player comes to like this country and plays football and stuff,
Right.
then
Yeah.
he's going to be getting racist remarks and stuff. Like,
Always or.
not always and stuff. Like, if he's the only one in the team, like I said about the racism one, it links into that as well. So like if he comes in and there's only black player in the team, he's gonna get probably like, you know, get hated and stuff by, you know, players probably in the squad that are probably racist or something, and that probably might affect his performances and stuff, like playing on the pitch or taking part in any other sports.
Right. So say you've got one white person and the rest of the team's Asian. Do you think that?
That depends, because it depends
Go on.
how the person himself, like if he's like really moody and stuff, and then he's probably gonna get hated and stuff straight away. But if he shows like good commitment and stuff, like, you know, has a good laugh and banter with the rest of the people in the squad or whatever, then he probably will have the good side of most of them. Then, you know, then he might have the minority one or two that are gonna probably be racist all the time in the squad.
So how much of a problem do you think racism is in sport towards different ethnicities?
It probably is a big
In your opinion?
In my opinion, I think it's a big one, because like just recently one happened in Spanish football game between Barcelona and Levante, I think it was Villarreal,
Right.
when someone threw a banana on the football pitch, and then one of the players ate it, and then that just showed that, what do you call it, they're fighting towards racism and they're not tolerating it, so they just told them to, like, you know, they find it funny.
Do you think ethnic groups, say around this area, play different sports? Do you think there's a divide there, or do you think it's?
I think there probably is, because
Or do you
like
think people mix in quite well?
in certain ones they do, like football and stuff, and cricket is a really good example, because cricket it links in, because there's like white people and Asian people like playing in the same team, so it is a really bad. But in football, because they think it's like a white type of game or something, white people type of game, like there's probably no Asians at the moment involved in football as well, so that's one of the one major barriers and stuff, like to progress and stuff. If it was an Asian or someone playing like football.
So how might you get over that barrier, Asian people playing football?
I think at like grassroots levels, I think they need to get more younger Asians footballers or cricketers like involved playing, so like, you know, that gives confidence to everyone else and stuff. Like, you know, it's a multiculturalism, like altogether and everyone involved. So races can be stopped in that way as well. Because some people realise that Asians can't get into football because of, like, you know, other people being racist and stuff. So that's another barrier that's, you know, on people's mind and stuff. So if they do even get into it, they're probably gonna get booed off or get racist remarks.
Right, okay. P7 then. Describe 3 strategies or initiatives which relate to sports participation. Off we go, man. Back to you.
The one initiative I am going to talk about is the Key to 10K run, which links into sports participation because it helps lots of people take part in other sports and keeping them active. Good aspect of the initiative is that everyone is involved. It gives them it gives everyone a run out, all the community to bring together and stuff, keep them active, and it links into like running, like for example football as well, keeping up their fitness levels, and getting younger people involved, which probably wouldn't get out of the house or anything. And in my opinion, if this was to happen every couple of months, the run and stuff, it'd probably get everyone really active and really fit, and would want to make them take part in other sports.
Good. Next one.
The one I did was a business called Sports School. They run summer camps and after school clubs for the children to be able to go to. This is so they can get involved in the sports with different variety of coaches which have qualifications. They're also good at coaching the children because they use the good coaching points and the skills. They show the skills that are required in these sports. It's multi-sports. They do multi-sports, so they teach all range of variety of sports. The bad points for this is that they can be expensive to go to because it's like they have to, sports school then has to pay to be at the school as well. In my opinion, I think that it's quite a good thing because they teach the children like I say, a variety of sports and how to play these different sports to a good ability.
Right. Ali?
The one that I chose, Highfield Youth Club, with that, the aim of it is to keep the kids off the street, and so what they do is, in the summertime, they do loads of little football tournaments for the local area. So this is done because to keep the kids off the street, which is successful as crime rates have gone down, and it works well. It gets the kids active and it gets them into the sport as well. So if they want to take it on, they can. The bad thing about the disadvantage is that it's only in summer, and what they could do is get someone famous to come in and help get more people into it, so that would bring more people into it.
Can you think of any examples of people you might want to bring in?
They could bring in just
So an inspiring role model for people. A sports person.
football. They could bring
Don't have to be a footballer, anyone.
anyone. It could just be when you say someone like a local person that's gone up the sports continuum.
Can you think of any?
There's Muhammad Ali from
Right.
Keithley.
Not the Mohammed Ali.
Not the Muhammad.
Right.
Number 2.
Right.
And, him, and there's also being a boxer. They could always bring her as well. And
Who?
being a boxer.
Right.
And they could show these two as an example, and they could tell them how well they've done and what they did to get there. And all these little skills they learn in the youth club, they could use it in real life examples as well.
Right.